Okay, part 2 to the video proceeding. So companies for some reason will not fix a crack in your like sunroof or moonroof glass or whatever. I don't know why, they just won't. And so I've had this crack in there that's like this big, but it bothers the bejesus out of me, and it's bothered it since I've had this car about 2 years, a year and a half. No one will fix it. But since I got this tiny little crack in my windshield that I fixed for $14 from an Amazon kit that I bought, right? I now can fix, I just have to do it today, but I now can fix my sunroof. So it seemed super negative and I was so irritated when it happened. But then I realized, wait a minute, now I can just try to fix this other one too. And that's just a nuisance that's been bothering me that's out of my life. That was there before. So perspective. Sometimes it's just perspective, and sometimes we don't get that perspective for a long time. I didn't realize my marriage was abusive until years later. Like, I had to really be removed from that situation, move my life forward, feel better about myself, figure out who I was as a human again, because I had no idea, because I was being so controlled. And then I could reflect upon that relationship, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I stayed in that. But I couldn't see it, right? Because I was in it. I couldn't see it. I had no perspective. So sometimes it's just perspective. So positive, the signs that you were seeing that you feel like were positive outcomes in the situation turn negative. Sometimes our spirit guides wants us to move towards a situation where if you saw the signs for negative, you wouldn't have gone towards that situation, but maybe the situation is better for you. And so your guides wanted you to go towards that. So they allowed you to believe whatever they needed you to believe to go down that path. I'm not saying that they lied to you, but if they told you one thing and you kind of ignored it, which I've done before, because I'm like, ooh, I don't like what's happening there, because I didn't understand, I didn't have perspective, right? Then my guides were like, fine, we've told you 20 times. If you don't want to believe us, then you're just going to believe your own thing that your human brain is making up. And then I would believe my thing my human brain was making up. And then at the end of that situation, I'd be like, what happened, you guys? And they said, well, we told you. I'm like, you know what? You did. So most of the time it's just perspective. You have to look at the positive signs too. Were the positive signs that you were seeing for this outcome, were they things that were easily laid in your path? Like you said, oh, I want to see a rose bush if this is going to be a positive outcome, but you know for a fact you see a rose bush every day when you take your walk, stuff like that. Signs that you lay out. I'm not saying this is you in general. I'm just saying that's another reason why we believe something is a positive sign and ends up not being a positive sign. When you have to ask for confirmation signs, ask for something that is weird, that's not normally in your path, you know, like a pink elephant or a purple banana or just weird stuff. I really hope that helps. If you guys have questions about other situations, please pop them in the comments.